If you guys have been struggling with your edits, you have no team, very little budget, or no budget at all, you're definitely gonna wanna watch this video because this is what I call my cheat code when it comes to editing, like getting all the creative juices, but more importantly, saving you time and money, which I think is the most important thing. So big thanks to Artlist for sponsoring today's video. Now, let me give you guys some context so that you guys understand what we're working with here. So I shot this short film about a year ago with a couple of friends of mine. So many of you, or probably none of you know this, but whenever a new camera comes out, oftentimes we do these tests, and these tests never make it to YouTube. I never talk about them, I never publish them. So this is kind of exactly what happened here. I got together with the homies. Some of you guys might even recognize a few of them, like Rob Machado, who's freaking awesome. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll leave a link down below to his channel so you guys can check him out. My buddy Gerard, also Joel, Evan, Stevie, Aaron Romes, a bunch of guys. And what we did is we rented out an Airbnb because the Raptor X had just came out, the Burano had just came out, and we wanted to do these tests side by sides. Which one's better, the Burano or the Raptor X? So, you know, we ordered some steaks and it was just a fun, cool dudes hanging out, doing some camera tests, what we like to do. Again, none of you guys even know about this. This happened over a year ago, but I want to demo this to show you guys my workflow because I think this is really cool. So 1 minute short, and huge shout out to Gerard because he actually put this together. He uploaded his like style about maybe 8 or 9 months ago. So this is me kind of recreating that. So, and we're gonna build this together so you'll know the whole entire story. But anyway, we'll start from the beginning. You can see him. He starts to kind of wake up because the alarm clock goes off and then the radio kicks on, and then, you know, the radio anchor guy starts talking about how there's this like serial killer on the loose. So first thing is there's no sound, there's no music, and this is where you need to download this plugin from Artlist. And this thing has been a game changer. So if you don't know about this plugin, you can download it from the Artlist website. And what this does is now it integrates their libraries from music, sound effects, AI voiceover, which I'm gonna demo this. This thing is amazing. So for example, if we're looking for an alarm clock, because again, we have no sound here, we have no music, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna type in alarm clock and then hit enter. And look at this, this is all, it feels like it's all built into Premiere. I don't have to go to their website. So if you go to the website, again, they have all of this here, but normally you would have to search for it, sample it, download it, import it, like it's a process. So the fact that this is all built into Premiere now is amazing. So from here, I type in alarm clock. Let me just sample and hear what this sounds like. Not quite the alarm clock I was thinking, although this could have been cool if we had an actual alarm clock like that. This is more like the OG, like old school alarm clock that has a little bell and it rings. What I'm looking for is more like a modern alarm clock. So let's sample the next one. Ooh, I like this. This is definitely a serial killer's alarm clock. Some of you guys probably have this. And here's the cool thing. I don't have to download it. I can just drag this over to my timeline and it automatically just downloads it for me in the background. And look at this, I can just hit play. Perfect. And now when the alarm clock kicks on, what I want to happen now is I want to hear the radio kick on. So I'm trying to hear like a switch, like it kind of switches over. So what I'm gonna do is just type in switch. And the cool thing about their whole like search engine is you don't have to be very specific. And I'll show you guys as we do this. It's just very smart and it knows. So let me sample this one. Ooh, that's not bad. So it's got a variety of switches and you can pick some. Let's try this one here. Ooh, I like this one. Again, I can just drag this over and then just place it here and it automatically downloads. So here, you can hear it. So it's like, perfect. And now we need some music. So I'm gonna go to music. Let me just clear this, music. And I don't even know what to search for. I'm trying to look for something like radio station. So I'm just gonna type in radio, boom. What happens, I get a bunch of search results here. And I'm just gonna try this one here, Let Me Dream. Let me see.
Won't you let me dream?
Perfect. I love it. It has like an Elvis vibe to me. So the thing is, I don't want the lyrics. So it's called Let Me Dream. All I need to do is now type in Let Me Dream, and most likely it will have an instrumental version. And sure enough, here it is. Oh, here it is, instrumental version. Again, I can just drag this over, put it in the timeline. So let's hear it here. Nice. Okay, he gets up. Now, this is where we need the news anchor. And this is kind of wild because what's really cool about their new AI voiceover is that now you can actually upload your own voice. So for example, I want this to sound like a radio host. I don't have a radio host voice. So what I can do is I can record my own voice, I can upload it. And I'm actually gonna go to their website to demo this. You can do the traditional way, which is text to voice, where you can type in whatever prompt you want and you can pick the different types of voice, like AI voices that you can choose from. For example, there's different ones like male, female, there's some that sound like very deep voice. But in this case, we're going to use voice to voice. And this is cool because again, as I mentioned, you can upload your own voice, you can control the tonality, you can control the pacing, but now you can have a different AI voiceover, which sounds really good. I'm gonna show you guys. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a voiceover of the narrator, and then we're gonna use their tool and then show you how all that works. This is Rick with 102.7 KISS FM. Well, for today's forecast, expect a high of 93 degrees and a low of 52. So now that I've recorded this voiceover, what I'm gonna do is go to the website where it says voice to voice, upload my voice recording. You can see here I have it labeled as radio. Now from here, what I can do is I can add different effects like vintage radio, walkie-talkie, Pro Studio. So it will even do all these different effects if you want them to. And I can add these effects in Premiere Pro because a lot of these effects like phone call, vintage radio are already kind of built into Premiere, and I can easily do that. So once I hit generate, it'll take a couple of seconds, which I've actually already done. And if I go here to AI voiceover, you can see I have my voiceover. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this in here. Let's see what that sounds like. Actually, just for fun, let's hear what it sounds like with me doing the voice on the voiceover so that you guys can see how it matches.
This is Rick with 102.7 KISS FM. Well, for today's forecast, expect a high of 93 degrees and a low of 52.
That's pretty funny, right? Okay, so now let's hear it here. Actually, let's start it from the beginning. I always like to kind of go back and watch it just to see if it feels good, right? So let's watch it here.
This is Rick with 102.7 KISS FM. Well, for today's forecast, expect a high of 93 degrees and a low of 52.
I love it. So you can hear you can hear me, not the host, which is crazy to think because that does not sound like me at all. Now, okay, so we're watching here. He opens up the drawer. We need some more sound effects. So we go to sound effects here. We type in drawer, boom, and let's see what pops up. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. I think this one sounds pretty good. So I'll just use this one here.
Here's about the weather. Did you hear about the guy who's
That's
breaking
good.
into people?
Puts on a shirt. And then this is all optional. I'm gonna go through this a little quicker, but you can get all the little Foleys of like the fabric and stuff. And same thing with the footsteps. But here we go, he picks up a pot. Now you could see that he's gonna start pouring some water, some hot water. So we definitely need a pouring sound. So let's go ahead and type in pouring. If I can just spell here, pouring. And then, let's see. Oh, it's not bad. How about pouring? And then what I like about this is you can type in pouring water. So I can add an additional keyword, pouring water. How about this one here? Oh, not bad. It's kind of loud. Definitely probably gonna have to go to like -25. And let's see what that sounds like. Dude, honestly, I love it. And then the interesting thing is this actually ends right there. So it kind of worked out perfect. Let's see. I love it. Great. And then he puts it down. You hear a little clank sound. So I don't even know what to type. It's a pot, so I'm just gonna type pot. Again, I'm not being very descriptive here, and I like it because even though I type in pot, look, like that's like a little clang, it's like, ding. Okay, what about this? Ooh, I like that. What about this one? That's not bad. That sounds more like a lid though. Actually, it does say lid here. Let's try this one here. So drag it here, oops, there it is. And then, that's way too loud though. And it almost starts right there. So we only need a little bit to like probably there. So let's see what that sounds like. I love it. It's awesome. Then we have him stirring the tea. So I guess we could type that in. That's pretty obvious. Stirring tea. But you see how easy this is? Like, I'm not going to a website. I have this all built in. And then let's see, stirring the tea. What about this one? Let's go with this one. Okay. That works for me. And then he sets the spoon down. So we definitely need some. I'm just going to type spoon. Like, what, do I type spoon down? Spoon set. Again, spoon, and see what happens. Again, I don't know. This is just so sweet how he just knows. Like, it's perfect. So I'll just look at the waveform right there. This is where it sets it down. And then I don't need the rest of this. So I'm just grabbing that little chunk. And then where does he set it down? He sets it down like right there. Move this over. Negative, probably 10. I do want this one to be a little louder because, let me see. Perfect, yeah, subtle. Then he takes a sip. So I guess sipping tea? Let's see. Look how, we're just ripping through this edit. Oh, that's fine. Okay. What about this one? Ooh, I like that one. It's more like slurping. It sounds kind of gross. So what about this one? Actually, let's look at his movement first. Yeah, it looks like the first one. He's just kind of taking a quick sip, not really slurping it. So let's go here, bring this over, and then he takes the slurp right. Actually, it kind of starts before we do the punch in. So let's start it there. Let's see. Oh, I like that. That's nice. Okay. Then he walks over. I'm not going to do the footsteps because we all know that's like a basic one. Then he's actually, I feel like he's slurping right here. He's just like, so drinking tea. Let's see, drinking tea. What do we get? What about this one? Let's do this one just for fun. Let's see if it works. I don't know if it's going to work, but he's slurping. And then the audio starts there. So let's see, he starts slurping like right there. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And then he gets a text message, okay? Now these text messages obviously is something that is custom, right? So same thing is I went to Artlist. You can, by the way, they have other tools here that you can download, not just what you see here. You could download stock footage, but they have this thing. If you go to templates and you type in text message, you can actually download templates. Like you can look at all these templates they have of text messages. I don't remember which one I downloaded, but you can see here I have it open in After Effects. So you can see this is actually a template. These are all templates that I downloaded, and I ended up using this one. Hey bro, did you hear about the news about the creep? And that's the one that you see in Premiere. So when I exported those templates, I just had an alpha channel, like just to make it transparent. Boom, pops up here. So again, we're using tools that are so easy, and I'm not spending extra money. This is all built into the subscription plan. So again, going here to the message, I need like a text message sound effect. So just type in text message. It's probably gonna be a ton. So it's just a matter of which one you want. So let's see. Ooh, no. Ooh, kind of like that one. What about this one? Ooh, I like that one. Do. Okay, so go here. Again, drag and drop. This is so easy. Like we're almost done. We're getting almost to the end. Ding, 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 right here. So it pops up. Let's see. Cool, love it. And then he picks it up, and then he starts typing, okay? So now we need text message. Let's type in typing as another keyword because we already have text message and then typing. Oops, can't see. There we go, typing. Let's see what this sounds like. Nope. What about this? Oh, I kind of like that. We'll go with that. So how long did that take us? What, like 15 minutes. And the reality of it is most of it was me trying to explain it to you. If I was doing this on my own with no explanation and just kind of ripping through this, probably would have taken me 5 minutes. And even this template here is already made. All I had to do was just replace a text and then just export it and import it into Premiere. Like, it was all easy. So this is what I'm talking about, workflow. So now let's go ahead and watch the film. I'm gonna go here and just add a couple more sound effects. Just, I don't wanna take up too much of your time. You guys get the point. So I'm gonna add a couple more sound effects, just kind of fine tune the audio. And then that way you guys can hear what the final sounds like.
This is Rick with 102.7 KISS FM. Well, for today's forecast, expect a high of 93 degrees and a low of 52. But hey, who cares about the weather? Did you hear about the guy who's breaking into people's houses? He's described as a white male, blue eyes with long hair. Be sure to lock up at night, folks. You wouldn't want to catch that creep in your house.
I know you remember what we used to have. You wanna throw that all away. How it makes me feel so sad. Won't you let me dream? What else can I do? Won't you let me dream? If my dreams can come true.
So that was a pretty fun short film, and to think that we shot that in an evening, just hanging out with a bunch of guys, eating steaks, and just nerding out about camera gear. But more importantly, this edit, right? Even from like chopping this up, probably took me like 10, 15 minutes because we shot this in chronological order. So it was pretty much, easy to find everything. And more importantly, everything that we did here, what did it take? Like 15 minutes, add another 5 for like, the voiceover that I did. So total time to complete this short film to edit it is 30 minutes. Is super fast, and a lot of this had to do because of this plugin. If we didn't have this plugin, it would have taken probably an additional 20, 30 minutes because again, going to websites, struggling and all that, that just takes way too long. This plugin has saved me a ton of time, and if you guys want to try it out, I will leave a special link down below which will save you money. And again, I do want to thank Artlist because they did sponsor this video, and without their support, we would not be showing this behind the scenes and kind of showing stuff that we do. So thanks to them, this video was made possible. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a thumbs up. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.